Earlier this week, the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics released Nigeria's economic growth report for the third quarter of this year. Well, earlier, I spoke with Babajide Ogunsowo, the founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's consultant, on the latest figures coming from the NBS. Well, I started by asking him for the interpretation of the latest figures coming on the economy, of growth of the economy of the country.
We remember that at some point under former President Buhari, the economy grew as fast as 5%. That was his best performance. And if you take a look at what exactly happened in the second quarter of 2021, the country had gone through a recession, but at some point in time, the National Bureau of Statistics had provided us facts to explain how the economy in the second quarter of 2021 grew as fast as 5%. Even though 5%, the Nigerian economy was still below its potential. It was still below sort of growth rates we had seen in 2002, 15%. Now we are 2.5%, which is even about half the growth rate we had seen in the second quarter of 2021. The summary is the Nigerian economy is growing, but it is still growing significantly below its potential and its capacity. To put this in a simple pictorial form for you, Anne, imagine you had a son that went to school and brought his report card this time last year, and he scored 40 over 100. His report card showed he had 40 marks out of 100. You changed the school, he had a new principal, he has new friends. That's exactly what has happened with the elections. But what we've seen is the report card this time around showing that within the last 1 year, this child has only improved by a grade of 1. So this report card shows 41 over 100 relative to what it was last year, 40 over 100. So for some, they believe that nothing much has changed. 40 over 100 to 41 over 100, that's just 2.5% growth. So in simple terms, that exactly is the Nigerian report card. This time last year, the report card showed 40 over 100. This time it is 41 out of 100.
Babajide, though the economic growth report is not an employment report, is it possible to use these statistics to at least get insights about what the current state of the labor market looks like in the country?
And you're right, this is not an employment report. However, we understand that the agricultural sector, Nigeria's agricultural sector, attracts the highest employment figures. In simple terms, most Nigerians who are employed today work in the agricultural sector. And so if the agricultural sector is growing, then it's expected that you have more Nigerians having jobs. And if the agricultural sector isn't growing or is shrinking, then it simply means more Nigerians are feeling the pain and more Nigerians wouldn't have jobs. And if you take a look at within the same report, we're fortunate to see the agricultural numbers. The agricultural numbers are shocking. It shows that though the Nigerian economy grew by 2.5% in this third quarter, the agricultural sector only managed 1.3% economic growth. This result of agricultural sector growth is worse than what it was last year. In simple terms, for those that are looking for jobs in the agricultural sector, Nigeria's largest employment sector, the jobs are shrinking. The Nigerian economy growing by 2.5%, which we say is below its potential, but the agricultural sector growing by only 1.3%, even growing slower than its growth rate in similar period last year. So this period clearly are not the best for Nigerians who need jobs, either in the formal sector or in the informal sector. Whether Nigerians are looking for jobs, full-time jobs or part-time jobs, the jobs are not coming. And that is what the agricultural numbers reflect.
Okay, Babajide, the president's target, we know, is a minimum of 6% annual economic growth. What is the growth outlook and how soon can he achieve his target?
And looking at, yes, the president made that promise on inauguration day. Is looking at 6%. He's hoping that at some point under his term, the economy grows double digits. But the fact shows that the economy can only grow to those numbers if the private sector is spending. The Nigerian family still represents the largest contribution to Nigeria's economy. And looking at these numbers as well, it shows more gloom than boom. The numbers reflect that Nigerians are not spending. If we take a look at the facts from the National Bureau of Statistics, within this report, they show that Nigerians spent more money in the first half of last year relative to the first half of this year. And the research shows that the reason why Nigerians are not spending this much is because their savings has been depleted. Again, I repeat, Nigerians spent more money in the first half of 2022 than they spent in the first half of 2023. And those are the numbers and the facts from the National Bureau of Statistics. And so for the president to achieve those sort of non-economic growth numbers that is promised, then he needs to find more solutions to create jobs and get more families to spend. If those two things do not happen, the projections of the president might not happen.
All right. Thank you very much, Babajide Ogunsowo, founder of Leadership by Data, and of course, Channels Television's data consultant. Thank you for your time on the news at 10.